Three and two and one and stream starting. So you will notice that I'm here at the Man Swallowing Falls. Okay, good. That's good information to have. What else do we have in this local area? By the way, this is going to be a lore video. I promised it on my timeline or my community tab, whatever it's called. But yeah, this is going to be a lore video. It's going to be about the Water God and the Pathfinder. So the Water God is a Dragon's Dogma 1 reference. Water God's Altar, Man Swallowing Falls. There's something over here. I think it was like Starfall Cave. I'm going to check it out real quick before we go into the actual Water God's Altar. Um, but yeah, I just want to make sure that we're getting all the information we need for this lore expose on the Pathfinder slash Water God. So I'm solo at the moment. No worries, nothing can kill me. I'm a level 200 Strider. In Dragon's Dogma 1, I'm practically invincible. Actually. What's this place called? Doesn't it have a name? Okay, I guess this place doesn't have a name. Yeah, it don't. Alright, fair enough. Let's go back. Oh man, I miss Dragon's Dogma 1 combat so much. It's so much faster. Oh man, I miss this. Oh, I miss this so bad. This is such a oh man, this game was so good. This game was so good. I don't know why they made Dragon's Dogma 2 so slow. They ruined it when they made it so much slower than well, some things they did better, like you don't get caught in random ledges so as often, but yeah, it was so much like snappier. Just snappier, smoother, everything just felt better in Dragon's Dogma 1. How do you cancel that again? I know you can cancel it. I've just forgot which button you use. It's not Y. Is it X? Yes, X. Okay. Sorry. Alright, back to the task at hand. There we go. That's how you move faster. Water God's Altar. So, the Water God's Altar. It's kind of an unassuming place. Frankly put, there's only one god mentioned, as far as I can tell, in all of Dragon's Dogma, right? And it is the Water God. There's only one real deity mentioned. Um, I might be wrong. Like I have to read a little bit more of the lore later, but this is like the main god that's mentioned in the story. It's the only one tied to a main quest. All right, so one thing I want to note about the Water God's Altar, it's actually pretty similar to the Sunken Temple or whatever it's called in Dragon's Dogma 2. Um, there's Saurians here, just like Stormwind Cave. There's skeletons here, just like the second part of Stormwind Cave. What's that called? I forgot. The Sunken Temple. I'm just gonna call it that for now. Seafloor Shrine, right? Seafloor Shrine. Um, Now the ogre is its own thing. Not ogre. The Cyclopses are their own thing. They don't exist in the Seafloor Shrine or in Stormwind Cave. But it's a very similar vibe here. Um, Other thing is, one thing you're going to notice is that there's a lot of brine here in the Water God's Altar. Okay, a lot of brine. If I jump in the water, I get brined. Water's Bottom. Oh, nice. They even call it Water's Bottom here. I didn't know there was a specific area called Water's Bottom. Neat. All right, so, and I think there's even more areas inside this cave. Offering chamber, so an offering that you can make to the Water God. And there is a dragon here, So I want to talk about the three dragons in post game of Dragon's Dogma 1. Slight spoiler if you haven't played Dragon's Dogma 1. So there are three special dragons that have human attributes. One is here, it's a worm that casts spells in Watergod's altar. One is over here in the extermination area. How do I not have the flag for that? Alright, Conqueror Sanctuary, extermination area. It's not the eradication side, excuse me, it's the Conqueror Sanctuary. One in the Conqueror Sanctuary, I don't know what that would be called in Dragon's Dogma 2 because it's so far to the southwest. It's probably in Vermond or Batal proper. Probably Batal. All right, let's do some. I need to do some map to map comparison. All right, so Blue Moon Tower is definitely this is Vernworth right here. This area here is Vernworth. Okay, we know that for sure because this is Blue Moon Shrine or Blue Moon Tower, and this is where you fight the Black Cloud Dragon in the post game of Dragon's Dogma 2. So it's sunken, but it's still there. This is Vernworth, the main city from Dragon's Dogma 2. That's in the first area you get to, the main city with the palace and Sven and Disa and all that. Grand Soren is, matter of fact, I think the map might be turned sideways actually, because Grand Soren is almost like south of this. All right, hold up, we're going to swap over to Dragon's Dogma 2 real quick because Grand Soren is Seafloor Shrine, but Seafloor Shrine is, I could have swore it's like straight south um of Blue Moon Tower slash Fernworth. The Guardian Gigantes. I was busy doing my collection of all the Seeker medallions. Alright, so, map. I'm the map, I'm the map. Why am I in Fernworth? Alright, anyway. Oh yeah, you can even see it here on the map. So that's Blue Moon Tower, and then Seafloor Shrine's over here. It's more to the west than to the south. So this map is a little bit curved. Like it's not completely west, but it's like far more to the south. It's like west southwest from here to here. Or you want to call the actual center of Grand Soren. I'd probably call it about right here. Yeah. Let's say west southwest of Blue Moon Tower. All right, let's go back to Dragon's Dog. All right, so to compare, we've got Blue Moon Tower. Actually, no, it's the same direction. Grand Soren, west southwest. Okay, yeah, no, it's 1 and 1. Now, to get from there to Conqueror Sanctuary would be flat southeast or flat southwest. Yeah, flat southwest. And then from there to in between the two would be Watergod's altar. So we've got a southwest line here. We've got Conqueror Sanctuary, Watergod's altar, Grand Soren, Blue Moon. It's kind of on a curve because Blue Moon's kind of like more easterly. All right, let's go back to see if there's some locations that strike an idea of where they might be. So the thing about Blue Moon Tower in this game is that instead of containing the talking wyvern, it contains one of your in-game dragons. All right, so we follow it. We're at Grand Soren. The world is significantly larger. So now we have to kind of guesstimate what is it Bakwatol? Oh shoot. Is the Water God's altar Bakwatol now? Or is it the Bay Wayside Shrine? It could be Bay Wayside. No, no, it can't be Bay Wayside. Bay Wayside's all the way over here. It's a good question of what Bay Wayside Shrine actually is. It might be the remnants of the Great Wall. Or maybe this is the Great Wall over here. Maybe the Great Wall is literally this wall. That might literally be it. It might literally still be that. Matter of fact, I put good money that this is actually the Great Wall. Yeah, yeah. That's probably still the Great Wall. Um, I would say, are there any like waterfalls that we can tie this to, or is it just straight up Bakbatal? Because it feels like it's just straight Bakbatal. Which honestly, it wouldn't be that bad off because of a theory, only because Bakbatal is where one of the issues are, one of the five dragons that you have to fight at in game, right? So all the other dragons appear at places that are of extreme importance in the first game, as far as I can tell. Now, Sacred Arbor, no, right? Because Sacred Arbor is so far out of the way, I don't think it's connected to anything. Like, there's nothing that far northwest of. Yeah, there's nothing that far northwest of Blue Moon, right? The closest thing would be Blighted Manse, right? It could be Blighted Manse. It could. It's not impossible. It's about the same distance. They're kind of like a triangle. It could be. Yeah, this could just be Blighted Man's area. But then again, the geography. Well, the geography is so weird comparing the two games that it's not worth talking about. It could just be Blighted Man's. Yeah, maybe I'm just tripping. It's just Blighted Man's, probably, or it could be Hillfigure Knoll. No, that's too far to the west. It's probably Blighted Man's. Hillfigure Knoll is. I don't want to say Hillfigure Knoll is probably Bay Wayside Shrine. Actually, it might not be in the right direction. All right. Oh no, it is in the right direction, ish. Coming for C4 Shrine, mostly west, a little bit north maybe, or a little bit south, depending on how you read it. All right, Grand Soren. No, because Grand Soren is like literally directly south of Hillfigure. So Hillfigure would have to be directly south of whatever Hillfigure was. All right, here we are. Yeah, there's just nothing. Maybe Stormwind and Har Village type deal, but yeah, I don't think there's a one-to-one comparison here. I don't think it exists. Um, all right, so let's get back to the actual lore that we're talking about. So we've got a line of things, starting from the northeast and going southwest. There's a line that divides the world, right? Um, this might actually be eradication not eradication, conquer sanctuary. Matter of fact, it's a big old tower here though. Like it's big, and that was not eradicate or conquer sanctuary. Is it very similar to the? That's a question. Is it very similar to the? No, this is a this is a new creation. It could be pretty similar to just because the Shadow Fort's just so far out of the way. But yeah, it could be. It could be connected to the Shadow Fort. All right, focusing. What do I think the corollary for Water God's Altar is? I think it's Bakbatal, actually. I think it is Bakbatal. I think Water God's Altar and Bakbatal are the same thing. Um, and then, so that's our talking worm. Our talking wyvern is up at Blue Moon. That's where we are at. That's also Vermund in Dragon's Dogma 2. So this is Vermund. Blue Moon Tower is Vermund, or actually just 10 feet south of Vermund. This is the Vermin area in Dragon's Dogma 2. That's our talking wyvern in Dragon's Dogma 1, but in Dragon's Dogma 2, instead it's a black cloud. Um, C4 Shrine is the in-game dragon, like the in-game dragon. That's actually the blight itself, or the Pathfinder, or as I'm going to say later, the Water God, the Water God given flesh. The Water God's altar is Bakbatal. And then the last one with the talking Drake, it's questionable. I think it might be. It probably is just Dragon's Breath Tower. Unless there's somewhere else that just makes a ton more sense. It's probably Dragon's Breath Tower. Now, Shadow Fort could be Dragon's Breath. Conqueror Sanctuary could be Dragon's Breath. But just based on the direction, the fact that the game seems to continue the same map, I would say this is Dragon's Breath Tower. Now, let's go back to Dragon's Dogma real fast and look at some. We have a couple locations over here. Um, One over in here ish. So this would be somewhere in the Witchwood. Maybe it would be the deeper part of Witchwood. Oh, I just realized why there's a metal golem here. Because this is the Witchwood. Okay, so this is the deeper part of Witchwood then. That's why there's that metal golem there. Okay, fair, 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 fair. All right, so um, going off of that, this being where the deeper part of Witchwood is in the metal golem, this would be slightly more shallow in the Witchwood. This is Castradus. Okay, so that's why that's an attack area. That's Castradus then. Okay, so we're at Castradus here, where you can get this optional battle if you don't knock off both of Talus's arms. That's Castradus right there. Um, okay, so we're kind of figuring this out, just piecing it together, base because the drags attack you at important places in the post game. So this isn't just a random spot. This is Castradus. Um, I think this is just this might be it, it's a toss up. It's a coin flip on whether it's the Shadow Fort or the it makes more sense to be the Shadow Fort because the Shadow Fort was already a fortification. But then again, the Shadow Fort was going upwards towards other things, and that doesn't go upwards. But I just don't see what else could be the Shadow Fort. Granted, the Shadow Fort probably. Matter of fact, is this the Shadow Fort? This might be a remnant of what the Shadow Fort used to be. Yeah, that's probably more accurate. This is probably Shadow Fort because it's like a it has this like hidden path that just goes down. I think Worm's Blood Forest is supposed to simulate the Dragonfire, Dra- Devil Fire Grove, and then this here is your yeah, this is the Conqueror Sanctuary. So we've tied all of the talking dragons from Dragon's Dogma 1 post game to all of the challenges in Dragon's Dogma 2's post game. Granted, this being Watergod's altar is weird. I don't know. Flamebearer Palace. So it is found outside of Flamebearer Palace. Looks like a flame. Hold up. Hold up. I think we just found something. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Is Watergod's altar literally just Flamebearer Palace? I think it is. I think it literally is just Flamebearer Palace. Hold up. Flamebearer Palace actually goes pretty far down into the ground too. Hold up. Now, granted, this could just be general archaeology and stuff, right? Like, it doesn't have to be. Got a couple rooms off to the right. Those don't exist in War God's Altar, but they could have built them. The main thing I'm looking at is the entrance area. This main. This would be the offering spot. This would be the prayer hall. They've got this little dip for water, but it's not that deep where the brine exists. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you do have some rooms off to the right a little bit. And then there's like some deeper areas. Yeah, okay. No, I understand now. Flamebearer Palace is Water God's altar. For sure. For sure. 100%. Alright. That makes perfect sense. Um, and then I'm say over the 1,000 years that took to get from Dragon's Dogma 1 to Dragon's Dogma 2 had and built up that tower in Dragon's Breath over an eradication zone. Yeah, this is just Water God's altar. This is Water God's altar. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. So, why am I bringing up Water God's altar and all this and why am I talking about lore? All right, so if you go to your box in this game, can I look at my box? So there's going to be some references to things from the past game or just lore in general. Um, let's look through them real fast. So especially late game, you need to make sure that you're looking at them. So Vishara, a water deity of Southern Batali myth. Would then we just say that Bakbatal is definitely the water god's altar? There we go. Flamebearer Palace is water god's altar. Wow, the lore was right here for us. It's right here. So apparently, so and if you go by the idea that the brine and the water god are the same thing, because obviously there's like some type of power in the water that they're respecting. And we know that Pathfinder, based on the lore in Dragon's Dogma 2, is the brine. Then Vashara is a name given to the Pathfinder by the people of Southern Batal. So we could even start calling him Vashara. Uh, or it, they, however you want to refer to it. The deity probably transcends humanity. It's probably transhuman, but it also presents itself as a male, so I will call it a him from now on. I always assumed in the first game that the water god would be a female just because you typically associate water gods with women, like ancient Sumerian goddesses and stuff like that. So to have a male water god is weird to me. It's now I have to change my whole thought process about okay, this is not a this is a male water god. Um, so this is the warrior. This is the best armor for a warrior or a not a warrior. Warrior has better stuff, but definitely for a mystic spear hand. I almost wanted to say knight for a second. And I'm just going to look through other stuff to see if there's other lore that's available. I don't expect to see a ton of it. Like, yeah, they've got lore pieces, but not stuff that I can use, right? That's so obviously tied to the previous game. Okay. Some are just like, hey, it makes you more powerful. Some are like, no, this is a associate to the god of light and whatever. Like, bro, like, so you gotta like look through each of these pieces and try to figure out, yeah, is there something attached to story here? Now, the thing that Dragon's Dogma, not that Dragon's Dogma one, that Dark Souls and Elden Ring are really good at is making sure that there's a good amount of armor pieces that tell the story. Granted, this game tells you the story straight, so you don't really need to read the armor pieces to understand what's going on. But it would be nice if there was a lot more of the lore attached to it. Got to be scale code. I want this to be important. I just can't figure out what it is, like what it's about. A fossilized monster that has yet to be identified. God's a beast. So it's a God's beast. So it could be a god itself, or it could be a god's pet. Scales. It's some type of lizard, some type of reptile. It's been fossilized, which means that it's very, very old. Might be older than Grancist. Maybe I need to take it out and look at it. Okay. Bobo and people of the North. Um. So Melwar was in the North in Dragon's Dogma 1. Let's look at that. Butterfly wings. Um. So there were butterfly wings in Dragon's Dogma 1, or I guess you can call them butterfly wings. They're like the ones that gave you less. What was it? Matter of fact, let me try to figure out the name of this item real quick because I never used them at all, so I don't remember their name. Dragon's Dogma consumables. Sorry, I'm still scrolling through this list here. There's like a billion of them. That's the one thing Dragon's Dogma 2 really improved on is not having as many random things. Was it like Moonwing or something like that? It's so annoying. It's so annoying. I can't find shit. Oh, maybe if I. Yeah, there we go. Wing. Alright, I'm just going to Dragon's Dogma 1. I'm sure I have the item in my inventory. Yeah, that's really what I wanted to point out was how similar this area is to a lot of things. All right,
Bond, they
I
have
think it was
this.
like
Have your pick. What will it be today?
matter of fact, Barak sells this item. I think Dreamwing Nostrum. I think that's what I was thinking about. Excuse me. What was it made out of? All right, so it's not butterfly wings. Never mind. All right, so I was chasing up. I was chasing nothing there. But that's what it is to try to do some personal research from Laura, right? Things up. I really want Godspeed scale code to be important. I just don't know. All right. Fortunately, I'm a warfinder at this point in time, so I can just kind of look at stuff. Oh, let me take this off. All right, so this is Godspeed scale code. These are scales of a fossilized monster that has yet to be identified. It could be a wyvern because it's green. I think wyverns had violet scales though, right? Not green. Hmm. What about this? What had green skin? Hydra. It might be a Hydra. It's almost definitely a Hydra. Yeah, I'm tripping. It's Hydra. But then does that make a Hydra a God's beast of some type? That's interesting. Now, granted, Hydras have black scales in Dragon's Dogma 1, but they're also greenish. So like greenish black. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is Hydra. Okay, got it. That's a reference of the Hydra. What about this? So this is a deity that the Hyperboreans trace their lineage to. Now, at this point, I'm thinking maybe Melwar are the, but the Melwarians weren't like super archers in Dragon's Dogma 1. What had wings besides griffins? Griffins were the wing things in Dragon's Dogma 1. That and cockatrices, but they weren't white. Griffins were the only things that were holy and flying in Dragon's Dogma 1, as far as I can remember. Oh, sirens. Sirens were holy as well, but they were like green. All right. Anyway, that's kind of weird looking, so I'm just gonna go back to what I was wearing, which is also weird looking, but it's peak performance. All right. Well, that's about it for lore. I'm not gonna make this video too long. Obviously, if I find some more stuff, I'll do more deep dives. But that's about the amount of lore that I could figure out for this game. So, as always, I've been me, you've been awesome, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.